What's up guys, this is a Guitar Gent coming at you with a brand new reaction video, and today we're going to take another look at Lovebites. Now, Lovebites, if you've been with me for a while in this journey across this wonderful Japanese music scene, are one of the bands that have impressed me the most, absolutely, and like the level of musicianship, the level of musical taste, and the level also of quality when it comes to implementing classical metal influences. So bands, the classical 80s bands like, Iron Maiden, like Judas Priest, Metallica, all those big names of metal, but giving the genre new life basically with some stronger power metal influences. It's honestly been fantastic to witness so far. Today we're going to take a listen at a song that, from what you guys told me in the comments, is a bit different compared to the last ones that I've been reacting to. The last two songs that we covered together were Swan Song and Edge of the World, which were very grandiose. They were very, how can you say that, emotional. They were very atmospheric and everything. This one, from what you've told me, it's called Thunder Vengeance, again, from live at Zepp Divercity Tokyo. From what you told me, this is kind of a thrasher, so a bit more of an aggressive song, which I'm all in for. Again, Metallica will always be one of my favorite band, if not my favorite band of all time. So guys, without further ado, it is a 6 minutes and a half video, which I always love. I love how Lovebites never have very short songs. I like that they take their time, and that usually means that there are also some fantastic guitar solos in it. Anyway guys, I'm talking too much already. Let's go. Lovebites, Thunder Vengeance. Beautiful rain sound effects, first of all. Kind of felt like it was raining over my head. Wow. Is this the concert opener, guys? Wow, so mysterious. It's setting the mood so well, this intro. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. This sounds like Kill 'Em All Metallica or Slayer. Oh my god, even the dissonant guitar lines. Wow. Nice. Now we are more into a classic Iron Maiden, Number of the Beast, I want to say, era. The work on the double bass drums, oh my god. Wow. They're just so good, like I give up, guys, it's just... But there we go. Yes! Oh! I don't know what was better, guys. The guitar solo or the drum. Oh my. Look at the stage presence. Unbelievable. Oh. Loving this section with the harmonizing octaves on the guitars. Such an interesting drum work, guys. Oh my. Pa, 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 pa. Oh my. Already that guitar tone. Oof. Oh, Jesus Christ. First of all, guys, let me know if this is the way that they open concerts usually, or if it was the first song after the, let's say, for the encore. But it kind of felt to me like this was the opening of the concert, which is fantastic. Like opening the concert with such an energetic song, I think it's always the best way to go, because you really, again, you set the mood for the whole concert. It's just so intense and so exciting right off the bat. What can I say, guys? It's just, is there anything when it comes to metal that these girls can do? Again, I imagine that they haven't ever pushed themselves towards more modern forms of metal, like metalcore and that kind of stuff. If they did, please let me know. But it can, I let's say that from what I've heard so far, they probably, they don't necessarily have a lot to do with that style of metal, the more modern style of metal. But they are just so on point, like on every single incarnation of heavy metal that they decide to pursue. So you have speed metal, you have thrash metal, you have power metal, heavy metal, like the classical heavy metal even. It's just all so good. As I pointed out during the reaction, the very initial riff really reminded me of Kill 'Em All, like early days Metallica speed metal and stuff like that. Very fast, very aggressive, very thrashy, and then some transition in the pre-chorus and in the chorus towards a more power metal, let's say heavy metal, like the new wave of British heavy metal sound, more or less, which seems to me like their main source of inspiration when it comes to the band, like those 80s Iron Maiden. Like, as I said, the Number of the Beast, Peace of Mind, those kind of records, which are of course some of the best records ever put out and released in metal in general. And also if you think about the more, let's say, late 80s Iron Maiden, so Seventh Son of a Seventh Son, when they started also including the synths, and we've also seen some elements taken from that, let's say opening up the sound towards more symphonic sounds. We've seen that for Lovebites as well, and of course with the clear example also, and the addition of the piano pieces in Swan Song and in Edge of the World. This song was absolutely fantastic for what it was thought and for it was written for, if that makes any sense. Especially again, if this is the opener, maybe it's also the opener on a record. And I also want to touch on that, guys, when it comes to the records, because of course it will come a time when I will, like, it's kind of hard to contain myself from going on and listening to the whole records, because that's something that, let's say that's usually the way that I like to listen to music, not single songs, but more of, the whole thing. You sit with a record, with a vinyl or whatever it is, and you just listen to it, start to finish. So I will eventually get to that. Of course, there are still a lot of songs that I want to check out with you guys, with this reaction, so it's not necessarily something urgent, but let me know also what you think about the records of the bands that we talk about, specifically on Lovebites. I'm very curious to know if, for example, there has been an evolution in style from record to record. So maybe at the beginning they were more symphonic and then they went more trashy or whatever it is, or if they more or less are sticking to the same formula. Because again, it's kind of hard to get an idea of that just by listening to songs, one song here, one song there, not knowing especially from which record those songs are from. That being said, I want to touch upon the single performances as always. There is not much else that I can say about the stage presence and the quality of the tone and the intensity of the vocal performance, because that's just something else. And here there was also that very nice heavy addition of the background vocals, doing that kind of harsh, hey, like as a background vocal, which worked extremely well in the economy of the song. Absolutely. And they added that edge that really went well with the guitar riffs and the riff choices and everything. When it comes to the guitar performances, I mean, the two guitar solos, I have to say, these weren't the craziest guitar solos when it comes to technique that I've seen from Lovebites, which is absolutely fine by me. I'm usually kind of a fan of simpler solos, a bit more bluesy if you want. These were not necessarily that, especially the first solo. The second one especially, though, had some extremely interesting, one string riff. That's basically when you keep on playing the same string and you just start tapping going up the neck. So you have that constant note on the background. That's kind of, if you to stay in the topic of Iron Maiden, if you think about the opening riff of Wasted Years, like pa 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 pa, that's kind of what I mean with that. And it was beautiful. It was shorter. They both were a bit shorter than usual for Lovebites, and they were also not, one solo than the other one right after. They were, one at the end of the first part of the song and the other one in the second part, which is something that I usually enjoy more, and this was the case because it gives a lot more there is a lot more, how can you say, it's a bit more diverse. Like, it's a more original song structure, if you want. And I really love to see that all the time. Beautiful guitar performances, those riffs, they may sound like they're not that crazy, but they're not that easy to play. Especially, the thrashy, fast, you have to keep on playing. Like the right hand, it's a real workout for the right hand, absolutely. And they all seemed very, as always, comfortable playing those riffs as well. Miyako even like taking the left hands off, which is something very scenic. It doesn't necessarily create problems for the performance for a guitarist, but it's always interesting to see. and picking up on these things as a guitar player. So performances were fantastic. The bass is crucial in a song like this, guys, because the bass in a song like this makes it sound huge. Working, of course, very tight and working closely with the drums and the guitar riffs. But if the bass doesn't play that constant layer, and filling up those frequencies in the mix, the song does not sound as big and majestic. So beautiful work also in the bass. The drumming though, this was possibly my favorite drumming that I've seen from Lovebites so far. And there was that specific section, I think it was after the first chorus, I pointed that out during the reaction, when they transitioned into sort of a bridge, and there was that very interesting choice of, instead of hitting the snare, she went like three kicks in a row, like ta da ta da, and then moving back to the snare, which was so original. It's something that I don't hear nearly as much, especially because it was at the beginning of a phrase. So that was very strange, but very beautiful and really caught my attention. And generally speaking, again, very powerful, very precise, very, as always, and also as we've been discussing about this in the comment section with some of you guys, very economic in her movements. It's like she doesn't do anything for showmanship. It's always like the most efficient way to play it, the best way possible, which is really what you want to see at the end of the day. Of course, it's fun to see a drummer that just throws drumsticks around and stuff like that. But if you ask me, it's better to have a drummer like this than a showman that is sloppy, especially for a genre like this. If you're talking punk music, it's a very different concept, and there is also a very different mindset that goes into that, so it's a completely different conversation. So yeah, guys, I mean, they are always fantastic. Again, I don't know if there is anything that they can do songwriting wise, performance wise, technique wise, showmanship wise, with the stage presence. It's just out of this world. They are one of the best bands, honestly. I'm not just saying this, guys. Believe me, these girls are one of the best bands in metal that I've seen, at least playing this type of metal, especially, that I've seen in a long time. And I can't wait to keep on finding out more, guys. As I said, let me know if you can, a bit more information about the evolution, if there was one, when it comes to genre from record to record. Again, some of you told me that their first record, I think it's from 2017 or something like that. So it's not a massively long career when it comes to that, but it's always interesting to know if there is some sort of an evolution there. Also because if I stand correct, they're releasing an EP soon enough, maybe this week. I'm not sure, to be honest, but that was the one for the last song that we reacted to, Glory to the World, and there was that piece of information in the description of the video. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for recommending me this. I really like this side of their music as well, because again, I do love those speed thrash metal music and genres as well, generally speaking, and they play it top notch, top level, really. Thanks again. I'll see you very soon with the next one. And again, as I mentioned in yesterday's reaction video, let me know also if you're interested in seeing a different, let's say a new series for the channel, when I break down and analyze songs that I already know and that you probably know already from bigger bands, let's say, or even touching upon songs that I've reacted to but that I went back and listened to again and again, and getting into a bit more details, what really makes them stand out and the reason why I love them. Guys, thank you so much for taking the time off your day. I always do appreciate it. If you decide to click that subscribe button and stick around, hopefully I'll see you soon with the next one. Have a good day, guys. Bye.